Topic of the week time. This week's topic is, how responsible are we for the way our lives turn out? Meaning, if things don't go your way, how responsible are you for how your life turned out? Or are you going to blame it on things like bad luck and other factors?
So this week's topic is one that I get in a plethora of arguments on, but you know what? It's my blog, and I'm going to say what I want to. Do I believe that people in life are responsible for the lives they lead? Absolutely yes, especially in North America. I can't really comment on life in other countries because I haven't been there, but if you live in North America and you're living the way you live in, it's probably because of some of the choices you made.
I think that we are fully responsible for the way our lives turn out. Sure, there are many other, things that come into play, good luck and being born into wealthy families and all those different kinds of things. But I think at the end of the day, we are the ones that are responsible for the outcome that our lives have. I think, I've met people before that have had all the opportunities in the world and threw them all away and are bums or they're losers now because they just didn't take advantage of them and because they were spoiled and thought things were just going to come to them easily. And then I've seen people who have had nothing in the world and made something into what they didn't have and have a fantastic life now, and they're incredibly successful.
Now, there are a lot of arguments that go with this one. One, you can say, well, people are homeless, they may have mental illnesses. Yes, well, a lot of times these things are self-induced and or you're not accepting the help that's available to you. Also, a lot of single mothers who may work a minimum wage job and spend their whole life struggling to provide for their 10 kids. Well, there was some point in your life where you decided to have children before you were financially free.
So, at the end of the day, I think, yes, we are the ones that are responsible for how our lives turn out. You can't say, oh, this one and this one and this one is the reasons why I'm not successful and why I'm not good at this and I'm not good at that. If you want something, you have to go out and get it yourself. You can blame your parents, you can blame teachers in school and all that kind of stuff, but nothing can stop you if you really want something. And if you really want to be successful, you're going to be successful. If you're going to blame it on other people for why you're not successful, you're not going to be.
All right, to be absolutely fair, there are so many extenuating circumstances that we cannot control in this world. But I think what we have to realize that it's all a game of odds. Okay, so you might go to school, do all the right things, and apply for a job, but the odds are 50 to 1. But if you got really great grades, if you also got some experience, you just improve your odds now to 20 to 1, now to 10 to 1. So all we can do in life is do the best we can do at our odds. And if we do what we love to do and keep trying and improving ourselves, eventually your number is going to come up. I truly believe that with all my heart. When you fail, when you allow yourself to become a permanent victim, or when you start accepting the excuses that people give to you, I think that is when you become a failure.
You can say, though, luck does play a big factor, I think, in certain people's lives with different things, and timing, that's also a big factor. But I always believe in the saying, preparation meets opportunity, and things work out for you. So if you prepare and if you get ready for exactly what you want, I can guarantee that the opportunity will meet and you will be successful.
At the end of the day, if I don't get all the things that I personally know that I set out to get in life, I'm going to look back and know exactly what I did wrong. I can tell you right now why certain things didn't go the way they did go based on some of the choices that I made or some of the things that I may have tried to cheap out on or skip over or procrastinate or I didn't pay enough attention to. So yes, in my circumstance, I absolutely take responsibility for exactly where I am at this point in my life.
It's like that person that always blames everything on racism. It's like, really? Some things are not racism. Some things are just is what it is. This is just, you're getting pulled over by the cops because you're speeding. Period. That's it. So I think, at the end of the day, it's us that is responsible for our lives and the way we want things to go and all of that kind of stuff. If you want to go to school, you can't say, oh, just because you didn't come from a family with money and all that kind of stuff for why you might not be able to afford school. Go get a job. There's people who work 2, 3, 4 jobs just so that they can make sure they get to go to school. Or they bust their ass at having great, amazing grades so that way they can have a scholarship, somebody to pay for their schooling. So there's always a way, there's always a how to get to what you want. But blaming other people for why it might not work out, not always the way.
I know what you're saying. Well, you haven't experienced what I've experienced. You haven't gone through what I've gone through. You know what? Some of the most successful people out there, i.e. Barack Obama, come from the most dire conditions you could possibly imagine, but they thrived in them. Yes, you may have less favorable odds than myself or your neighbor, but that does not mean that you should allow that to become an excuse for you. It means you have to work twice as hard.
Let us know, what are your thoughts on this topic?